Welcome. We're back at it. We're back with a little bit of action between FlipSide and the lads of AVANGAR, who are fighting on our second map, which is going to be overpass. AVANGAR pretty much wrecked, demolished, took FlipSide to the place where they belong there, and that's actually something you don't really want to see as a FlipSide fan, as someone who actually believes that the new lineup is able to bring us a little bit of a certain change, you know, as a certain option to see FlipSide go further and up the ladder again where they used to be. But that performance right there didn't really show us that they're able to do so. There are a few Russian talents right now on the market. Maybe we see FlipSide picking them up very soon. But first of all, this roster right now is going to perform on Overpass, a map that they have recently lost, or more likely a few months back lost against AVANGAR. And AVANGAR is quite okay on this map. It's not their best, not same stats like we had that back on Mirage, but possibly this could be a 2-0. We're going to find out. We're going back into our game with Overpass being our map number 2. And as we're talking about it, map number 2, FlipSide Tactics might fall short in that scenario, as it majorly goes down to the early place of this stage. It seems like Chris and Co might be able to find themselves a successful knife round. Taking that back, actually. Picker should not be able to take this. And Warcloth. It's the final stab. Remember, though, as we used to have it back on our first map, it was also FlipSide winning the knife round. And with that knife round won, they couldn't really make much out of it. We technically should be able to see a team way better than we used to have it back on our disaster, as you might want to call it. It was unfortunately far away from brilliant what they delivered. So when we talk about FlipSide and that certain map Overpass, we can statistically go a little deeper that this roster has played it twice so far. In the past 3 months, this team actually has played it only twice, winning both of the occasions. Hollywood as well as good job were the ones who were taken out, 16-10, 16-13. I would say both of the teams just mentioned right now are not on the same level as AVANGAR, but we're going to figure it out either way. First of all, Kicker going in for the utility as the IGL does the usual role, and IGL does. Now going for connector, majorly an open spot right now. AVANGAR is able to take. As Blade is rotating back as much as possible, they should try to utilize on it. Kicker, the decision making right here is very interesting because he considered for a second to maybe go out of the door. And what's very well done, Demasik makes noise, he makes water noise. Now they should be actually realizing, okay, we might not actually have an execution towards the B site. Demasik could take a lot of time with what he's doing. It should be also now AVANGAR making the move, because otherwise we might see FlipSide moving over towards the side of A as Blade is wiggling around from long to short. Now that certain 9mm shot came too close to him, and that comfort is lost. Right now, Blade gotta do it. Fully flashed, moving back towards the bank section. Just going towards truck. Warlord wants to come. That bomb is planted. Blade finds Chris and Doe. Oof, and there he moves away as fast as he can. Waylander is still in the back. But it's and Lollipop finding frags left, right, and center. It comes down to only Demasik. Can connect onto one, but from behind, one player comes. Markelov finishes it off in the end. FlipSide with the first, granting them the opportunity to go for a 3-0 line. That one with the case. That's a different type of thing. As now 3 MP9s are on the side for FlipSide Tactics. We're going to see AVANGAR going for a very minimum buy, of course, because they just got themselves a plant. Next one is going to be that AK round, where they're going to try to utilize the picked up durables to make it work at number 3. As we're seeing it, Kicker taking the first bit of damage right here. Taking a bit of control towards Birthday though. Blades down to 60, and it seems like they're not highly interested in going any further at that point in time. Which is also logically given AVANGAR a bit of an advantage. Now they're going to take their aggression. They have lost themselves Crizin. It's not too much of a deal, as they can stray around and still weigh up their options. Buster, he definitely heard that. He has not been spotted. Blade. He's looking in that wrong direction. The bomb just above him with Themasic. Then to his left top in the connector. He might be the one who needs to do it. Not the best idea. All patience is here on him. He runs away, and that is towards the A site. Smartly done. Themasic, you still have the bomb, and that makes you not the best victim right there with one, but not with two. His teammates couldn't connect on the A site either way. And that's got to be that number 2. FlipSide will now face an opponent, though, who's equipped with those AKs and a bit of utility. Not too many frings to throw, which make it all less strategical, more frag-wise. But as Kickert said in our interview, they see themselves more as a skill team. Skill-based, down to the bottom of their hearts. And Deer Puncher, this is the map pick of FlipSide. First of all, Ramzik. Frag towards long, opening up options. Opening up gates. As now Buster knows where Blade stands. They lose the mistake on the other side of the map. So it's coming down. Just FlipSide to take right approach towards this. Buster now knows where Blade is. Majority of the FlipSide players now staying on the A side, as the rotation from World, it could be the crucial key fact. FlipSide needs to defend that A side. The question is, will AVANGAR in the end go for it? World already rotating away. AVANGAR very slow. Checking every corner twice, not making a single mistake is key right now. You don't want to be caught off guard when you feel uncomfortable with your situation. Here comes the execution. First smoke, Crizin finds himself. Blades, another one happening onto Markelov. The world that is not able to find himself Buster. Waylander needs to think twice, because that CT economy is not the strongest. So Waylander goes. He has full armor. He needs to find 4. Whilst 2 are actually quiet lit. The left corner needs to be checked. First of all, Kickert is not into it though. First one for AVANGAR. FlipSide tactics economy. Not so strong. I like AVANGAR's logo. That's why I want them to win. I like the AVANGAR logo as well. It's very simplistic. That's what I find so great about them. It's a very simplistic, very basic logo, looking very great. Not quite sure. It looks a little bit like a 7 and a Y combined, but I just don't understand it probably. Maybe it's some Carillion letter and I don't get it, but still, lovely done. Like the execution there on the site of A. Gotta give him that. Now Markelov and the team down to just the average pistols. There's Themasic as well as Waylander. Excuse me, Themasic as well as Quickert. Finding himself 2 frags. USPSs are not really what you need. There, Markelov. It's taken out. Crizin is the only victim on AVANGAR's site, but the 2-2 in a tie is now secured. An advantage from AVANGAR. It's not gonna go any further regarding the FlipSide armory situation, and most likely the weaponry as well, as we see the Moss twice and an AWP into Markelov. It could be at least a solution. If it's gonna be the solution, that's another thing, but... One minute 15 left on the clock. And it's gonna be a Buster. Trying to find major control towards the A side as he's silently moving past the toilets. It's not gonna go any further, and his luck will not be found at that point in time. Just stays where he is. Can't bait out any player. We land on the other side of the map and we'll be taken down. World Edits finds a refrag though. Buster, who's lurking, now needs to make it work. Lollipop considers the aggression. Oh, the timing could be so right. Did he see him? Oh, I don't know if actually Lollipop saw him right there, but he's gonna see him very soon. One, and that's frag number one. That is right now so crucial with Markelov finding Buster as well. It's gonna be the aggression towards the side of A. With Crimson and Quicker trying their best. One from behind, and that's making it hard. Kicker with one. There's still one CT, and it's not enough time. World Edit finds him. 3-2. Nice try, AVANGAR. But it wasn't enough in the end. The lurking didn't go fast enough and couldn't go further enough. So no information towards the A site. Kind of unfortunate, as you could say. FlipSide tactics, though. Make it work right now. First of all, AK's back on the site of AVANGAR. It's going to be the last round for the moment. We're going to see them, those rifles carrying around. That's perfect timing, Demasic. Taken out. So it's got to be World Edit, as well as his teammate Markelov, ruling it out and closing the deal of round number 6 with those AWPs. But now it goes majorly towards toilets. If Kickert is not making any noise, well, should be caught. Kickert not very safe. If he had the flick, that would have been a frag for the Opper. He's not able to do so. And that will be now Lollipop defending it together with Blade in the end. Smoke towards toilets is not making a major change right now. Blade now saw the first one. It's going to pop that flash towards long. Barely any damage taken, but in the end it works out. Free. Taking that back. 4 versus 2. Baker finds himself one. Lollipop needs to turn around. Makes it work. Ramsey on his own. Knows where one is. Knows also now where World Edit stands. Moves back. 15 more seconds. This is calling like a safe. Finding himself. At least Lollipop from behind. Waylander starts to come. Oh, the jumps are nice. But then in the end it doesn't work. Waylander getting himself the frag with the MP9. Double up once more. Saved. FlipSide is not getting a good economy running. But on the other hand, they're finding themselves round after round. That is what matters here in Counter-Strike, not your economic situation. Your revenue at the end of the year doesn't matter. If you're winning this one 60 to something, you're on the right track. And this seems to be at least working right now for FlipSide. More rounds that they have gained on Mirage. Question is, will it be enough rounds to take home overpass though? Pistols majorly being carried around of AVANGAR. It's not gonna make a major difference eventually. So we gotta wait it out. First of all, Kicker though finding himself Lollipop. Markelov with the AWP that are cleared. And AWP not successful at the moment in time. He jumps around. He can't find himself at least Buster, but then around the outside. Kicker comes. That bomb goes down. Talking about it, that bomb does not go down. Taking that back. 2 low HP players. Too aggressive it was in the end. Not the smartest idea. When you could plan it safe, why go towards truck? First of all, Waylander. There he finds himself. Nothing much more as Blade does the job. 2 frags. Actually, in total 3 frags. Taking that back, coming in. As we're back to the AK bio with 1 deagle. That's very interestingly done. So what Kicker does is right here as an IGL. He forces himself down and takes a bullet to only play with that deagle, carrying all around major utility, whilst the rest of the team plays the AKs. That's a legitimate option. 5-2. FlipSide has to be stopped at one point. Slow approaches, majorly done here by AVANGAR, are so far not working out too much. Blade is trying to gain some information with the jump, so 60 seconds left on the clock. Enforcing no rotation yet. They want to keep up the attention of the B-side players. And eventually finding a frag. Almost world edits. Yep, seeing Crimson. That could have been expected. It's going to be the A-side either way. Markelov now needs to do the job perfectly to keep that A-side clear. They're lining up for Markelov right now. If he takes a look to the right, he could even find that one. But not anymore. Oh, Markelov, what was that whiff? What is Jaeger doing right there? That was the easiest frag of his life. He's not able to connect it though. Because now our Kicker comes towards jumping Lollipop. Neither of them finds the frag. Ramsey moving away. That bomb is down. AVANGAR is not able to find the round though. And I'm still a little bit in shock by the shot there from Markelov. Sure, we all do our mistakes, and also that was one mistake. Can't happen. But still kind of shocking. Before you left on the clock, back to the AKs they are, due to the reason that they got themselves that bomb down in the previous round, but it's not looking brilliant. A lot of ground now found by FlipSide. The rotation could be enforced. They gotta be quick about it though. Buster finding himself 1. That is the point in time where you should actually make it go on the A sides, because technically speaking, FlipSide, they should be aware that there are no players in front of B. This is the moment where a rotation, at least from World Edit, could be enforced. Exactly what he does. Now AVANGAR, who are running into, instead of 2 people, 3 people now on the A site, could have a bit of a problem. There he comes. comes. Kicker finding himself one. Not gonna much more happen. And right now, this is very odd. Krisen and his team are not delivering what they are actually so far have brought to the table on Mirage, and it's very, very odd. There's a pause. Coming in from Blade. Tactical, though they're up 7-2. Maybe just fortifying it. The unpaused in 5 seconds coming in. So it is 72 FlipSide. One single round away from gaining control of the first off. AKs once more times 5 on AVANGAR. We've already a Buster down to 39 HP. That's far away from brilliant. Only 60 more seconds are left on the clock. Krisen as well as Buster, they can hardly make anything about it. As it seems like... I mean, control is not 100% there right now on this map. And it's not the worst one for AVANGAR. But I think a guy earlier in the chat said... I'm actually thinking that FlipSide is going to easily win overpass. And this guy was right, 100%. Which partially surprises me, but on the other hand, it is something very, very good those guys from FlipSide have on this map. It's some unique control, and AVANGAR can't put their hands around the steering wheel to make it possible. Only one player dying, the CT economy is now benefiting massively. 8-2, AVANGAR down to the ZZs. An 8-2, and the pistols back in the hands of AVANGAR. Not quite sure if it's gonna change the outcome. I can hardly imagine, to be very fair and honest, as it most likely feels like that control is in favor of FlipSide in the moment. There, first of all, Kicker takes the first frag. That is now making it kind of work for the team. Blade done with a double, and it now needs to be that control of the B site to be very crucial. World edit. He's not taken out of the game. Bomb has been planted either way. Krisen going down in the water. He probably has been hurt from behind. Lollipop is making the run. Oh, that was beautifully done. Krisen can run away from it. Surprisingly not taken out of the game yet. Demasik taking one from behind. This could be round number 3 right now here for the lads of AVANGAR. World Edit running away with it. It is gonna be round number 3. AVANGAR kind of back at it. And with World and Co. right now finding themselves as AVANGAR right now is taken down 2. They might be able to take that control they have lost at the beginning of it. It should be taken out. 8-4 is a very reasonable and possible scoreline. Markelov somehow just taking Buster down to 23. He sees the bullets, excuse me, the blood back there. That blood, I mean... It's kind of frustrating, right? Nicely done here. Lollipop finding himself at least 2, hurting that terrorist economy a bit. Krisen wants to go down to Markelov. Krisen runs through, finds himself 1. Can't get the second. Ramzik the only one to survive. And Lollipop will not peek probably towards long. Alright, he's interested. He has the AWP, they technically could ace it, but that's not going to be the case. FlipSide tactics. Keeping up an AWP, the rest of the team barely having a decent economy. Blade's going for that break. And Puncher of Kittens says, shout out to a caster. I'm reading the chat, by the way, in time. Thanks for casting, Mr. 15-year-old. Oh, 6 years wrong, but yeah. You don't need to thank me. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, you know? When people will start saying, oh, it's scripted, you gotta love it, right? It's the right time. It's exactly that point where you know, oh, it's gonna be a good one. Either way, 1 AWP, the rest down to the pistols. Giving it over to Lollipop, who still has full armor. Look at them on the other sides. Finding himself the entry there. Not gonna go for it. Blade stays back on it. Not quite sure why he dropped his CZ. That is now going to be around where only 35 seconds are left. I realized that my mic was muted away. Didn't hear me in the last few seconds. It's going to be very fast for AVANGAR because they got to take the control as fast as possible. Markelov back on the side. He has barely any armor on him. It's kind of frustrating for AVANGAR to lose a round where the opponent is starting off barely with anything. And now Markelov staying there on the ramp. That bomb is going down. Kickert with 13 HP is able to do it. That nade takes him out. Buster on his own with 1. Needs to find himself 2. Can't connect it. Diffuse is in. FlipSide Tactics going for number 9 here, whilst AVANGAR falls short.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Back down on the sights. There's the first frag found. Waylander. Oh, going in hot. And it's incredible how they're now going to take that early control. Krizen with another one. Finding himself a double. Lollipop and Markelov are the 2 individuals back on the A sites. And Buster, you could hear those. He shouldn't have too much of a problem. Lollipop doesn't make a stab for the moment. That bomb's going to be planted. Buster going down, and so FlipSide are going to survive with 2, as it seems to be. The CT economy is not the strongest. And with that being said, AVANGAR could possibly deny the double digits. With Buster finding Markelov. Buster goes in ham. Buster can't find it in the end. Lollipop is a hard one to take down. And he won't be found. He actually is being found. Ramzik finds Lollipop. No gun surviving on FlipSide. Round number 15 is not looking so brilliant. And reading the chat right now. Zesh Best Cash. That's a classic Umfager. Shreeman5. Thank you very much for that one as well. Hello, Rommel. Hello everyone, welcome to FlipSide versus AVANGAR. My name is Zesht. To find out more, exclamation mark caster, and we might see an AVANGAR right now. Going for a quiet, decent play at that point. Showing a big weakness. Beginning of that first half looked extremely shaky, like there was a focus lost somehow in the AVANGAR plays. It could be AVANGAR prevailing as a unit back when they switch over to the CT site. It's not an immense advantage FlipSide is having, but it's decent. They can make it work with that. So a good cluster of players staying towards toilets. A Lollipop going first, but there's the refrag from Markelov, who's down to 2 HP. Just a bit of wind, and this guy's taken out. First of all, Blade, though, can't find himself anything. Markelov down to 2, needs to be taken out either way. The side one comes, Waylander on his own. The Finnish Russian player will probably not be able to rule out round number 15 in the favor of the Greens. Original green wall in Counter-Strike is FlipSide, by the way, if you didn't know. But either way, first of all, Demasik going in first. Knows where one is. Connects a shot. 9-6. FlipSide now on a terrorist site where they didn't deliver us a single round. On Mirage. Nine to 6, FlipSide on the T site, and that terrorist site at that point in time is something FlipSide can make work. Unfortunately, statistically, we only have representative 2 rounds there. The double utility usage, Markolov and Blade carrying it around, will face Kicker and his team only having a single ninja setup. That ninja setup, it might become in very handy. Very fast connector control. World Edit's taking out first together with Waylander as they want to find themselves a good bunch of options to move from. Once they've cleared that out, it should have been Buster and Kristen hearing that. And with hearing that, give them a kind of idea. Lollipop is not changing his position a bit. He's not even moving his mouse a second. It's all very silent right now around the map. AVANGAR. That's Ramsey trying to take a bit of control on the left side wall, but it's going to come up. He's ripping off his face. That is 9mm straight into the Opper's very crucial part of thinking. Demasig now back on the side. There's now the execution. Working out. If Kicker is back on the top, he's getting taken out. A little bit too much time he's taking himself there. Grison popped up the kit. Can't find himself the smoke. They can still retake this. Demasig back towards bank. These players are there left, right, and center. Demasig with a very aggressive approach. Not checking himself there towards Chuck. As there is one more to go. It's not Markolov to be found. Markolov taken out, and Lollipop the last man alive. He's going for the kit. Demasig got a peek right now, and he got to survive. As he needs to save his teammate from dying, he gets the defuse. And this is an execution right there from Lollipop. Finding 2 who are somehow not connecting shots, but the fuse is still in there. AVANGAR magically finding something they should have never gotten, and FlipSide shrugging. And probably kind of wondering how that now happened. You hate to see it. You really, really hate to see it. That certain bomb plant gives now FlipSide the option to go for just that more likely eco. It does look far away from Sinister right now for FlipSide. No idea how this nade only got 5 damage of Lollipop. Lollipop's here. The nade is landing here. I don't know, Counter-Strike. You gotta tell me. First of all, Ramsey, Kicker, and Demasig find themselves each a frag. Waylander and Blade are the only 2 alive in that situation for FlipSide. And at least the FAMAS is being secured by the Finnish Russian player. They should be able to find himself though. Kicker. Uh-oh, that's getting a little dangerous. So Ramsey down to 32 HP. But in the end, bullets in the back of the FlipSide player. Coming close to the tie. And with FlipSide as well as AVANGAR necessarily winning this best of 3, because otherwise they will be out of this qualifier. It might be AVANGAR closing it up right here. Depends. It majorly depends how good they will do now on the CT site. I mean, when we take a look at it, extremely shaky here, then they got a little bit of control back to it, but in total, satisfying is something different. On the right track, yeah, you can call it like that. It seems like in the last few rounds the team was on the scene when it needed to be on the scene. Nicely done here. There's Light taken out as well. Oh, Buster doesn't stop, but Triple E secures. And with that triple, with that certain triple, he's giving the team a good initial situation to make the tie possible. And not only the tie, but also an economic disadvantage for FlipSide, as their wallets will not be too filled after this. We're gonna see the Waylander right now, going here for Monster together with his teammate Markloff. They're trying to close it out bit by bit, second by second. And as it is only down to Markloff, his head could be ripped off in a second. He finds one, but not a second. 9-9. Double digits from AVANGAR. They could happen in a second. First of all, shout out to Kickard. 2014, and he's the IGL for AVANGAR as well. My rhyme game is on top. My rhyme game is on the top. I can never flop. I'm a budget caster. But who are you trying to master? Because let's be real for a second here, right? This game is not going to be that hella tight. Mirage was, that was for sure, but otherwise, FlipSide, they might get around the curve, and I'm going to stop right here. It gets a little stingy. Let's be real. My rhyming was cringy. Whew. I gotta love it. Either way, Blade, the only one to be alive right now, will pick up that bomb. Hiding himself towards the playground as good as he can. Or he hopes to be not caught out. Not quite sure why he's not even taking that aggression when he got just a P250 in hand. I mean, the worst that could technically happen would be him dying. He has nothing really valuable, to be very honest, so now as he grabs that M4, that could be the point in time where you're going to save and not take more ground. Blade finds himself Ramsey. That low HP player is dead. It's going to be the A site to be aggressive. I'm not 100% happy with Buster's position, because if Blade is pre-firing that, he could be taken out. Not going to be the case. 10-9. CT economy is going to shrink. It's still going to be existent. And there are the double digits. FlipSide tactics got to gain back their focus, because otherwise it's going to be an AVANGAR running away with this and getting further in that certain qualifier. Ramsey finding world that hit. This is the offer taken out. Advantage taken. And so it could be AVANGAR just taking the 11-12. Once more hurting the economy of the opponent. Smoke going deep with from Krisen. Actually taking it back. It was more likely only towards the pillar section. But there's a Buster finding one. Can't connect onto the second, as it would have been a very crucial frag. There's a little bit of distraction coming in. Krisen with one. Tries to make the shots count. Oh, that would be the timing. Krisen doesn't have it. To his right, Markloff stands. He can't tap him away with one, but not the second. Oh, Krisen. Too close it is. In their FlipSide tactics economy is not looking brilliant. They could go for that force right here. And I'm trying to be funny. I know 120-second delay is making my rap appear right now. But, trying, you know. You gotta climb up that ladder. You gotta go on the daily grind. You know what I'm saying, dog? I'm sorry. You know, 9-11, AVANGAR taking a great advantage off of this. And with that great advantage, they might be able to find themselves more. On the other side, we see World Ed, though, taking down Krisen, and major toilet control going in favor. Music with one. Oh, he sees Waylander. That so shot whiffed. English is not my thing today. Kickard seeing Blades, getting himself another one. World Ed on his own. He was already successful. Set the Eagle. Demon 6 positioning pretty much allow him to find World Ed once he's going to move around, which is hard to be imagined. FlipSide used to have that winning formula back on the CT site. They used to know, well, how to make AVANGAR swallow that tough pill, but AVANGAR started to actually, you know, put up some resistance, and that resistance works. It's gonna be kickered with 4 frags, 28-15. Seems like Kickard is hella mad right now. $12-9, full buy from FlipSide Tactics. And that full buy now needs to make it work. They're buying and buying and buying. They can do due to the losing bonus. They're trying to bust on the first. Blade taken out of the game. Players moving through Monster at that point in time. Crimson doesn't stop as well. It just doesn't work right now for FlipSide. As they finally found themselves the first. Back on the site. Oh, Buster has maybe been spotted, and there comes one. Ramzik just stays hidden. He lets his teammates die. He doesn't even find himself one. Ramzik, the baiter #1 here at AVANGAR. Giving themselves the 13-9 though. 3 rounds away from success they are. Kicker is about to drop a 30 bomb, I'm quite sure, on this map. He's right now hot, and he's really, really hot right now. He's not interested in giving their opponent any certain advantage, or even the option of taking control. Oh, World Ed should be seen in a second. He's not moving out, though. Oh, now he does. Ah, Demasic has seen it. He rips his head off, though the dink happened. It's not enough in the end. Demasic rotating away. The boost helped now AVANGAR to get that round #1, excuse me, that frag #1 rolling. He was on the scene, he acted, he made it work. Switching over, bot gain law. Gotta love it. You just gotta love AVANGAR. As Kickard said in the interview previous to this game, we can beat FlipSide. We're the young guns. We're fast and dynamic. FlipSide is playing a little bit of an outdated Counter-Strike together with Blade, which is an understandable statement. Now as they're moving towards the B site, it's the vulnerable spot right now. One is coming for short. Lollipop gained a lot of ground. That Molo is crucial. Lollipop still moves out, taken out by Crimson. One more is short, and it is a Waylander down with 44. But the retake has to be done. B side is not the easiest spot to retake, as we're seeing now. Waylander finding himself one. The boost makes it work. Kickard onto Waylander. Blade out as well, and no, only Markelov with one. It's got to be another one. He could find himself Kickard. He does not. The no-scope, it looked so tempting, but I thought there was no bullet in the chamber allowing him to squeeze the trigger. 14-9. FlipSide is making that money rain, but money isn't enough in life, because wins is something you gotta pull off. 14-9 it is. Diese Preise sind zum Abheben. German. I love it. Probably what's not quite lovable right now for FlipSide Tactics is that they went into this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an 8-2 advantage during the first half. An 8-2 advantage, I mean, you can work it, right? You can not fall short. Sick. Oh, what a punishment towards Markelov. Kicker, though, with too much aggression. Getting taken out by Blade. And so it gotta be the 4 versus 3. The last few rounds, we barely seen a man disadvantage for AVANGAR, and now it is present. Now, might make the CT site vulnerable. Coming down Monster. Buster and as well as his teammate should have heard that right now. It's gonna be a very tough one to actually take control of it. Crimson. Oh, what was that double right now? Denying Blade as well. He can't. Oh, but that was so beautiful to watch right there as he's able to find himself those 2 frags. Oh, and Remzik's step has been heard. Has the kid on his side, though. But also, not too much time. Remzik, you gotta do something. Now or never. And the decision is obviously never. Because AVANGAR, their wallets are not the most filled ones. They have won many, many rounds continuously. But on the other hand, when you win those in a row and lose players one after another, you have a good situation that is not looking brilliant. I mean, you have that situation where you certainly realize my wallets are not really filling up. There's the pause. Blade calling it. That is number 3. I think AVANGAR did so far not do a tactical break. In style, Fitch is actually playing in Tengri, if I'm not totally wrong. I think it was the place where he started. Actually, also, Ramzik was back then at Tengri. There it goes, round number 25. Oh, AVANGAR. Your money is not looking brilliant. Can you still deliver something in this round? To be very fair, doesn't seem to be the case. There should now be the notice, the big notice saying, guys, I think this is going towards the B side, but it's just a feeling. So far, no player dying, interestingly enough. Lead finding 2. Oh, and the bomb is not planted yet. Ramsey technically has the opportunity. Deny it. Not quite sure if that has been heard. Kicker finds a Waylander. Man equalized. And whilst that Molotov is burning and making the sound, Ramsey uses it. Oh, and Lollipop though. Turning around, finding Ramsey. No idea how he didn't get that frag here onto Lollipop, but Kicker, 12 HP, pretty much lost in that situation. CT economy is good enough to make it by work in the next one. And Kickert, I'm not quite sure if the blast radius is going to hit him there. I'm not 100% certain. It could be possible now that he only gets a little bit of damage. Yeah, 2. As mentioned. An AK being saved, a rifle brought into the next one. And at 11 to 14 is a crucial point for AVANGAR. They're not having that major losing bonus like their opponent has. And they also don't have too much time left. Close it out ASAP. To pretty much the motto right now. Milan are taking that connector control though. This is pretty much yelling for control towards the section of B. Worlded making a lot of noise, not finding a bit of damage. Lollipop tries the same. And 14-11 just easily turn to 12-14 or 15-11. If it works for AVANGAR, that would be perfect for them to go out of this 2-0, but it's FlipSide Tactics team that don't want to be caught out. Markelov taken out, beautifully done. Kicker now making the move back. Roulette needs to be found as well. Kicker with another one. This man is on fire right now. He does a triple. Kicker, what is wrong with you? You're making it all work for AVANGAR, and it is just insane performance he's delivering as an individual. He's keeping the toilets clean, and not in a bad way. 35-17 after 27 rounds. Something is wrong with this man from Kazakhstan. Unbelievable scenes we have going here. As Blades, Waylander, Lollipop are not so well equipped right now. Oh, Buster, don't run into it. That could work out horribly wrong as we're talking about it. Lollipop finds Buster. And now FlipSide need to do a good job. I mean, the team has shown us experience. They have shown us what they can actually do so far, with a good few rounds here and there, with also great CT performance. But it feels like something turned around. Ramzik with a shot onto Markelov, putting him down to 4 HP. Ramzik now finding himself worlded. Markelov is as wounded as he can get. And now Ramzik might be our shining star, as he goes aggressive into this. Oh, mistake though. B-side is open. Lollipop, he didn't pick up a gun yet. There should be one on short, shouldn't it? He didn't make the move though. Curzon might run in the Lollipop trap. Does he do so? Yes, he does. Oh, this is just brutal. Lollipop with a beautiful 2K. As he gets stinked there in the end. And that's just kind of frustrating. Kicker and Demasik don't have the best economy. They have won one round. That brings them pretty much nothing at that point in time, because their wallets are not as filled as they would like them to be. Uh, 35-17 from Kicker. Gotta point it out. It's just beautiful what he's delivering right now. I don't know how you feel about it. 35-17. Maybe he goes 40 in regular playtime. If we play all rounds, it's very possible. But first of all, I think AVANGAR don't want to play all rounds. They're pretty sure want to close this out as soon as possible. Calm down, casters. Never ever. What Kicker is delivering us, I can never calm down. Too good. Too good. Either way. Right now, he's going full aggressive. Oh, he doesn't get punished for that. Curzon finds Lollipop. A lot of information. Now, I'm not quite sure how to feel about it. No idea how Kicker has done just his Spider-Man Assassin's Creed move from connected to short without being killed whilst 2 FlipSide players are holding that position. That's major information gains. They just got to utilize that. Blade going first. The IGL now knows where Buster is. Information gained as well, also on the FlipSide site. "60 seconds. No mistakes allowed for the guys in green." So far, Lollipop has majorly cleared it up for FlipSide. Many rounds where he was the carrying player. He's not always on the top of the scoreboard, but now he is with 29-20. They've lost the crucial aspect. Kicker now knows they're also towards long. That bomb has to move soon. He hears the steps coming in from Blade. Kicker connects on one. Kicker connects not onto Waylander though, but Ramsey is there to react. Markelov and World need to do the job. The veterans of the FlipSide side have barely any time left. 15 seconds to make a move. And Buster should be able to now find World Edit. He does so, and there's no time for Markelov to do this. 16-12. AVANGAR, they advance. And they bring us a beautiful match right here. What Kicker done is some Houdini type of stuff. Same goes for Lollipop, who has as an individual performed and shown why he was actually picked up by FlipSide. In the end, kind of weak. It was a very okay overpass. It was an extremely weak Mirage. In total, it seems like FlipSide doesn't want to play Mirage. Statistically, we have seen that. But I find it kind of unfortunate, right? We have actually delivered... We have actually seen how much FlipSide potential is there. Give them a bit of time and they maybe have the possibility to go back to a state where they would like to be. Right now, AVANGAR, the youngest teams in the scene, they've shown us what they're made of. Especially Kicker, especially Ramsey as well on map number 1. So I think there's a lot to come for the guys in red and white. For the moment, that's it here. My name is Zesht. You can find out more with typing exclamation point or exclamation mark. It's the same thing, it's just set differently. Exclamation mark caster, and you'll figure yourself about more in social media wise. At the moment, I'm turning off. I'm seeing you guys next time here at StarSeries, and we're gonna be out for the moment. Have a good evening, have a good night, whatever time zone you're living. Enjoy your time.
Lootbet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join Lootbet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.